A big spot now for Stephen Gostkowski. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Now then, it's a big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth. But, Charles, there is still time left for a final drive.
Brandon, you know they would have liked to take the clock down just a little bit further, at least under a minute or so, but this was not over yet, especially since they just need a field goal.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. A chance for us to get a glance at this Patriots defense. They've got a situation where a field goal ties it. How do you defend this? Because you obviously don't want to give up the touchdown. How aggressive do you get?
That's always the key, isn't it? Where is the line on aggressiveness to over-aggressiveness? And I think most coordinators are looking at it like run your regular defense, add some pressure packages, because really the 35-yard line is the one you really want to defend. At that point, you're thinking you're probably giving up 3. Anything outside of that, you feel like you've got a chance to hold them.
So they'll be in search of the proper amount of pressure. They'll look to throw. They set up the screen to Ajayi. Only 3 there on the screen. It's second down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Back to throw. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. And they're just a couple of yards shy of a first down here on third down. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jay Ajayi there out of the backfield. And that brings up fourth down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Desperation time for Tannehill on fourth down. And this is caught. He hits Landry. 14 yards that time for number 14. And now they're in the hurry up. And with just over 40 seconds now remaining, he gets up and spikes it. Ten yards still left on second down. He's back to throw. Drops it off to Ajayi. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Back to throw. Finding time. And he finds Stills, complete. And that one good for 16 yards and a first. And he clocks it with just 10 seconds left. offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They come out here in the eye. They run with Ajayi. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. Now it's Andrew Franks on for Miami. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now it's Andrew Franks on for Miami. 4 seconds to go. This would send us to overtime. And his kick here is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. They'll start out on the ground with Ajayi. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Second down following the run. First throw in overtime for Tannehill. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. Throwing on third down, Tannehill. Surveying the field. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shea McClellan in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Here's Matt Darr now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. Oh, they come after him, and it's blocked. This will be picked up inside the 10. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Still trying to catch our breaths from the ending to this one, though. When we went to break before overtime, we said we were going through scenarios, what could happen. I didn't see a blocked punt returned to win this affair.
No, not at all. And I'll just tell you, if I'm coaching, that's never going to happen, because when I get to overtime and I have a chance to get the ball back, I am not ordering a punt block, because I don't want to run into the punter and have them get the ball back and beat me that way. I want the football. So give him a lot of credit for saying, let's go get it. And that's how they ended the game.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Patriots winners here at home as we say so long from Foxborough.
Everyone, I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's the Packers going up against the Rams. With that, we'll send you out west to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California, where we'll hand it over to our commentators, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Larry, it is a rare sight indeed and much needed for this drought-stricken state as the rain continues to fall here in Los Angeles, California. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Green Bay Packers and the Los Angeles Rams. And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that could have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And we are underway here in Los Angeles. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
first down throw. Gone. And that's complete to Brian Quick. And all the way down to the 26. A huge play there right off the bat. 57 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Fresh set of downs here. On 1st and 10, Goff. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Mike Daniels in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
To throw on 2nd down is gone. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Nick Perry in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. 3rd and long. It's gone. And he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
So the Rams call on Johnny Hecker here to punt it away on 4th down. Trevor Davis deep for Green Bay. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And this Green Bay Packers offense will be commanded by Aaron Rodgers. Season 2016, Charles, obviously didn't end the way they wanted to, but what a run for Aaron Rodgers and the Packers from 4-6 to the NFC Championship game.
And that's what we'll remember the most, right to the brink of going to another Super Bowl for Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. But I can't help but reflect on the 4-6 start. So many people were questioning Aaron Rodgers during that time. What was wrong with his mechanics? Why weren't they doing things a certain way? He answered those critics in a massive way.
Last 11 games, 30 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. They'll run here. This is James Starks. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. On the stop was Aaron Donald. And a wide receiver to watch in this offense, certainly Jordy Nelson.
And most defenses watch him run past them. Jordy Nelson can run every route in the route tree and take it to the house.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A couple of years ago, Cobb signed that 4-year, $40 million deal. Since then, the numbers have been down a little bit, although last year only played 13 games.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be as concerned with the numbers dropping if I were a Packers fan, because remember, Davante Adams has developed as a player, and his numbers have gone up. You got Jordy Nelson back to full health in 2016. He's going to catch a lot of passes, almost caught 100 in that season. Jared Cook at tight end. That's a new weapon Green Bay didn't have for a while. And don't forget, Randall Cobb spent some time as a running back when all the injuries hit the backfield. So his versatility is still a major plus for Green Bay.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. The defense here for the Rams.
Aaron Donald's dimensions were talked about big time when he first entered the league. Many called him undersized. Now they just call him all-pro.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They run again with Starks. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
The previous play was a nice run, so they came back with the draw. I think they were trying to fool the defense into thinking they would throw the ball and wanted to run it again. Unsuccessful, but this team is definitely showing they want to keep it on the ground.
And you would have to think an obvious passing situation here on 3rd and 9. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. You can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. Now Austin. Oh, spinning away. A nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So Jared Goff, he is the focus of our player spotlight. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I'm still struggling to wrap my mind around the year Todd Gurley had with the Los Angeles Rams. I thought he was a lock for 1,000 yards. Didn't approach it and never got over 100 yards in a single game all season.
Yeah, and his rookie year, we know what he did. He was averaging 4.8 yards a carry as a rookie, 3.2 this year. How much of it was up front on the O-line?
There was plenty of that, but he also has to increase his vision, and I think he may add a little bit more weight back on in order to break a few more tackles.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
First touch of the game here for Benny Cunningham. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. On the counter, Gurley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. On 2nd down, here's Goff. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. So not much to speak of scoring-wise in this first quarter of play. 0-0 our score. Back live now to begin the 2nd quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
The one running back is Gurley. And he'll get it up the middle. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
They come out here in the eye. Here's Cunningham. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They'll come out in the pistol.
All right, here we go.
Again, Cunningham here on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
When you think of Mike Daniels, you think of strength. Hard to knock off the football, but surprising quickness and ability to move and evade people. How about that play there?
Well, he can squat 600 pounds, so that's how he caught people's attention coming into the league, and he caught our attention right there. Now Goff on 3rd and goal. This will be caught at about the 6. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Now it's Zerline to try the Ram field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Zerline's kick is good. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away. Returnable here for Davis. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll begin the drive on the ground with Starks. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster. It all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Again on the ground, again with Starks. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Here's Jacob Shum now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Partner, these LA Rams, as they come back out here for the next offensive series, they've now missed the playoffs 12 straight seasons. Of course, this last one, their first back in LA. They were 3-1, so much hope, but then they lost all but 1 down the stretch.
Hard to believe with a defense that good, but just tells you about the premium that's placed on the offensive side of the ball, especially at the quarterback position. They just didn't have the stability. Even though they drafted Jared Goff, number 1 in 2016, he'll have to ascend to that number. Be that guy for them in the next season in order for the Rams to finally break that playoff drought.
And now they've got some city neighbors in the Chargers of L.A. Now it's 2nd and 7. To throw on 2nd down is gone. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
So completion on 2nd down, that brings up 3rd. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
And, partner, when you run the ball on 3rd and 2, you're telling the whole world you've got nothing but confidence in your offensive line and your runner, and you expect to get it. But they were stuffed on that play, only got 1 yard. Great job by the defensive front, the linebackers, everyone got involved to force a 4th down.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Larry Ridley. Larry will have highlights and analysis of this first half. I'm guessing mostly defensive highlights that we will see.
Yeah, and that's kind of cool. No touchdown scored yet so far.
Yeah, none whatsoever. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. This is brought in at the 21. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Rams defense heading back onto the field. They have a little something to build off of from last time with a 3-and-out.
And what they have to build off of? Great confidence right now. Being able to stuff someone on a 3-and-out. You feel like you're in control now. You're doing the dictating. They want to see if that can continue as this game progresses.
Will it continue? We'll see. Rodgers now on 1st down. His throw incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, you mind if we go off topic for a second?
No, let's go.
I like to do that randomly. AFC playoff contenders for this year that didn't make it last season. Who do you have that might get in?
Well, I think Cincinnati's got to be considered there. Maybe they'd have an offseason that's calm, and they go into this season and try and get back to the playoffs where they've been perennials. How about Denver?
Yeah.
Remember last year, they didn't have the quarterback to start. Trevor Siemian played pretty well overall, but maybe they can get solidified there and ride that strong defense right back into the playoffs. I'm going to give you a little bit off the pace. Indianapolis cannot afford to squander Andrew Luck, one of the better young quarterbacks in the game. They've got to get back to the playoffs. And Buffalo, brand new head coach, brand new people running the ball club. Let's see if they can figure it out, because I think defensively they can be awfully strong. Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. Now it's Rodgers. Finds his target, Montgomery. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. And quickly they get to the line. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And that is incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And it's fourth down. Here's Jacob Shum now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now a first down throw, Goff. And this one hauled in by Tavon Austin. And he's brought down after a good game. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. On first down, it's gone. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. All right, different topic here. 2018, the Super Bowl, traveling north, far north to Minneapolis. Early predictions for that one. Who you got?
Well, you know, everyone's still waiting in the NFL for a home team to play in its home stadium, right? So could the Vikings be that team? I'll start in the NFC, and I'm going to say no. I think Seattle, starting to get near that maybe last run with their defense. Burrow Thomas returns. I like Seattle coming out of the NFC. How about you?
Well, I'm actually going to take a Dallas Cowboys NFC title run. I think that they came so close this year, probably most talented going into next year.
I like that one. Well, in the AFC, I'm going to go with a team that if they improve their defense and their quarterback stays healthy, they could be that team, the Oakland Raiders.
Okay, I'm going dark horse. Cleveland Browns. Let's go.
Hey, from worst to first.
Now Goff on first down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
And on 2nd and 10 now. Second and 10. Goff. Man over the middle. This is quick. Touchdown, LA! Brian Quick, 42 yards. And the Rams add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Caught by Nelson left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Rodgers now on 1st down. And Cook has it left side. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Holding offense. The penalties decline.
Ten yards to go on 3rd. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Here's Jacob Shum now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. first kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll take this one only up to about the 21. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you across the country to Orlando. Standing by there, Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Rams are happy to be sitting in the locker room with the lead. The Packers didn't play their best, and they'll need to be at their best now to come back. So here we go. Let's take a look at some of...
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. To throw, it's Rodgers. Caught by Nelson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
This is Starks. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. A run here for Starks. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. He needed a yard. That's what he got. And it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
Starks. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. Caught by Montgomery. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't it?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Looked like they had an opportunity across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, 41 yards. And the Packers are back within a score. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. That time, a 9-play drive. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They come out here in the I. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff dumps it off to Gurley. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside, not easily covered. And then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he'll get this across the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
6 yards here to go for the offense on 2nd down.
3 down. Hey, check. Let's go. Green 39.
Another carry now for Gurley. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
You have to control the guy playing over the nose in order to run the ball up the middle against a 3-4, and they did that very well on that play. And that hurts the linebackers because what they're counting on, especially the guys in the middle, is that nose taking on 2, sometimes 3 blockers, eating those guys up, allowing the linebackers to run free and make a play. But when they control the nose, it allows other guys to get upfield to that second level and block the linebackers. And now the running back's got some room to roam.
They go with Cunningham, and he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. They'll try the air now with Goff. And he's going to be taken down here. Back across midfield, 3 yards away from midfield at the 47.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker, has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So you heard the word. This is a neutral zone infraction.
Yeah, the defender wanted to try and get back after he had jumped, unable to do so.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Here we go. 3-19.
3rd and long. It's Goff. He's got time. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 3, and that's going to make it 4th down.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the first down, so you've got to think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Rams defense getting ready to go again. And in a tight ball game like this, the defense looking for a stop. You kind of, whether you're the offense or the defense, you don't want to be the one to screw this thing up.
No, not at all. And right now, you've got to figure that the offense is thinking to themselves, if you just get us the ball, we'll make things happen for you. Just help us out a little bit. And that's what the defense has to have in mind as they try it out here for this series.
Yeah, right now, the offense on the sideline. Can the defense do it?
Hey, tight end right. Watch tight end. 319. 52.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's got time in the pocket. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 58 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
On 1st down, Rodgers. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Rodgers now on 1st down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. 319.
Rodgers to throw once more. Finding time. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the 4th quarter, got to feel pretty good as a defense.
And, Charles, a couple extra defensive backs in here on 3rd and 1.
Not expecting them to run it at all.
Rodgers now to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it. There he goes, left side. He's at the 50. 30. Past the 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. And they had it there so close to the goal line, a chance to take it across, claim the lead here in the 4th. Boy, that was a big, big mistake.
It really was, and as much as I want to give credit to the defense for making the play, I do tend to agree with you. That mistake, that's a chance to go in and take the lead. I mean, you're in great shape, yet you don't take care of the football. But they'll be going over that like crazy in the upcoming weeks.
And the Rams getting set to go now. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit.
Hey, guys, check me out. We got 319.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Now let's go. Blue line it.
To throw on 2nd down is gone. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Tight end right. Tight end right. Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun on 3rd down, gone. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Kenny Britt, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And he's able to put it through. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Returnable here for Davis. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want
Much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
Plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A near turnover, but the offense recovers it. Now they'll try to regroup on 2nd. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Out in the flat for Starks. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And this will probably be the last play they can squeeze in here before the 2-minute warning.
Defense always has to be careful in this situation. A lot of teams like to take a shot.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And they'll add a DB in the secondary here on 3rd and 14. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Survey, and Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now Rodgers got to have this one. He's got time. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
And the Rams now coming out on the field. They're in a good spot. 2-possession game, barely, but a 2-possession game here late. Now they just have to put this game on ice.
Let's face it, right now, they're talking about...
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. Again, they run with Gurley. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Hey, we got 3, Here we go now. 3,
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So with that miss, Charles, you have to figure their fate. It might be sealed.
Yeah, you needed 2 scores. So you take the field goal first and then worry about getting the ball back. But that may not matter now.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there. While we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore, I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Rodgers to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Rodgers. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. And they get up on it quickly and spike it with just a little over 50 seconds to go. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And with just over 40 seconds now remaining, he gets up and spikes it.
Five in the secondary now.
Nickel look. To throw is Rodgers. Looking for someone to throw to. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
And there's the touchdown that they needed, so they'll celebrate. But the guys on the sidelines, they've got to stay focused. The onside kick team, they need them to get the ball back.
Yeah, part one of the equation done. Now they need to convert and then get that onside kick. Now Crosby for the point after. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. .35 seconds to play. Everything will come down here to this onside kick. And the Rams have got it. And that should just about seal this one. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Goff with a kneel down here, and that should put a conclusion to this one. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Rams are victorious here as we say so long from Exposition Park in L.A.
everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. A pair of tight ends will be on the field today looking to do whatever it takes to give their team an advantage. It's Ertz's Eagles going up against Olsen's Panthers. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Carolina Panthers. Hello again, everybody. I'm Brandon Guyton here in the booth with, as always, Charles Davis. Charles, a lot of times in the open, we focus on quarterbacks, running backs. What about the tight ends in this one?
Well, I think LR identified it really well because the tight ends are matchup nightmares nowadays. Who are you going to cover them with? Because really, they are pumped up wide receivers who can flat out run and use their body to create bigger plays. Cover them with a linebacker, cover them with a defensive back. Either way, they feel like they have the advantage.
The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And off we go from Uptown Charlotte. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now the Eagles take over. Here comes Carson Wentz bringing them out onto the field. A few rough patches last year, but all in all, he and the Eagles, some good returns. And I think the Eagles have the quarterback of the future, don't they?
They definitely do. Now, they need to continue to upgrade their receiving core, and they're going to work on that. But when you watch that young man play, the poise that he exhibited, the leadership that he exhibited, the willingness to do just about anything to try and win a game. Now, his mechanics, they'll continue to work on that. He can get a little long at times in what he's doing, but that also comes with experience. He'll work on that in the offseason. I think he's going to be a much improved player in 2017.
When you say long, what do you mean by that?
Meaning his stride. When he strides to throw the football, sometimes he overstrides, and that can play a little bit of havoc with your accuracy, but he continues to work on those things, and I think 2017 you'll start to see a really good Carson Wentz. Charles Johnson's stock in trade is coming off the edge and getting to the quarterback. He knows how to make some of those subtle moves inside to help in the run game, and he did it right there.
He's an athlete back in high school, played football, basketball, track, so he's a mobile guy.
Mobile guy, made a nice play against the run.
On second down, Ryan Matthews. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go. And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. Now Wentz on third down. And he hits his man, Matthews. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 23 yards on the play.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Let's go! 3-19!
Wentz now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Coney Ely in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on third down. And the starting defense here for the Panthers.
Luke Kuechly is absolutely amazing. Maybe the best middle linebacker in the game. Not only is he cerebral, this guy's athleticism is off the charts.
down, still 14 yards left.
Hurry up, here we go. Boom, landed. Boom, landed.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And some room to roam now. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That one good for 14 yards. And it'll be 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
They come out here in the eye.
Check it hungry.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Stewart. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage where they get lower than the offensive lineman and control them. And what I love about the good defensive tackles, they can play over the guards, they can slide and play over the center. Nobody in the offense likes that day when they have to deal with those guys.
And that'll be incomplete. The tight end, Ed Dixon, was the target. 3rd down here. And you really can't pin that one on the quarterback, Charles. The O-line, they've got to protect better.
And they know it. That's their meal ticket. They want to take care of the big guy behind them. In this case, they let him down.
So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Okay, I have to take a second here and talk about Greg Olsen, the tight end for the Carolina Panthers. 3rd straight year over 1,000 yards in receptions. And guess what? That's the first time that's ever happened in NFL history. 3 straight years by a tight end.
That's really something. Now 31 years of age. They're going to need him next year to turn it around because a very disappointing season.
Not the season anyone expected, least of all the Carolina Panthers, but he is a building block that they can go ahead and get back to form starting in 2017.
We get a look at the Carolina defense as they work their way into position. And they got to be feeling good about forcing that long missed field goal the last go around.
And you know what upsets a kicker more than anything? Is missing a kick they think they can make and feeling like the other side believes that they had something to do with it. And it doesn't matter. To those guys on defense, I know they're taking full credit. Yep, we forced him into the miss, and they're going to ride that confidence the rest of the way. We'll see if the kicker's able to get his confidence back as well.
They begin the drive with Ryan Matthews. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Old school defensive tackle play dictated just stood up and danced with the guy in front of you. And if a guy came near, tackle him. New school, you don't want to just dance. You want to get past it, get upfield, and make the play in the backfield. A big-time play there.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10. So 2nd down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on 3rd. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. Going up top. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
So on 4th down, the Eagles will call on the left foot of Donnie Jones to punt it away. Back deep for the Panthers, Ted Ginn. Here's Ginn. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. And Cam Newton brings out the 6-10 Carolina Panthers. And, boy, I know it's tough for the fans to hear that 6-10 record because they expected a lot more this year coming off the Super Bowl appearance. What questions need to be answered in the offseason?
Well, I think let's start on offense and keep it there because the offensive line, both tackles, I think more help at wide receiver, at running back. And Cam Newton, they've talked about the ability of him to evolve as a quarterback. They want to kind of use the Ben Roethlisberger model, where he doesn't run as much, the ball's out of his hands quicker in the pocket, and becomes better and more proficient, more accurate with his throws downfield. They want to take some of those hits off of him and extend his career.
And caught left side, Olsen. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 14 there. And that leads to a Carolina 1st down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run the option left. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Kelvin Benjamin has to be a feature of this offense that's on your screen now.
Definitely a #1 receiver, a huge target with some speed. It's almost like go-go gadget when he goes up to get the football. No matter how you defend him, he can go just a little bit higher.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They come up in an offset eye. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So a little jumpy there defensively. Ref caught him in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. That is incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Now a play fake, and it's Newton. And Ginn's got it. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And the numbers down a bit from their Super Bowl year this season for Jonathan Stewart. Did have some injuries. He finished with 824 yards. 9 touchdowns, though. Good in that department.
When it's around the goal line, he's a terrific runner because he knows how to get there, and he can run through contact, run through trash, as we like to say. That's part of the reason he accumulates the injuries that he does, because he runs inside a lot and takes on those linebackers. But they're going to work on Jonathan Stewart in the offseason, get him healthy, and have him back ready to go for next season.
Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd.
Thinking pass all the way.
Newton on 3rd down. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Greg Olsen, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are able to strike for 6.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Finding time. Still back there. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. K1 short. In there to sack him for a loss of 6. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Green Beckham has it over the middle. And he's able to get up here to the 26. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
All kinds of time. A dump off to Sproles. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
So the offense has it 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play there, second down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. Play fake to Matthews. Now it's Wentz surveying the field. He's going to go, and that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, 42 yards. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, the spin. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They start on the ground. This is Stewart on first. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early.
False start, offense.
Hey, what's that? Hey, what's the ball?
And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. Following the penalty, here's Stewart. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
now Stewart on first down. A gain of 3, second down. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Here we go with 2nd and 7. Draw play, Newton to Stewart. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now a first down throw for Newton. And Olsen over the middle. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Here's Newton now on second down. He's got time. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll come out in the pistol. On first down, Newton. Oh, he's got some breathing room. A solid stiff arm. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 6. Operating in the red zone. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. From the gun, here's Newton. He hits Stewart in the flat. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Stewart, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Panthers have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it's capped off by a Jonathan Stewart run. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Carson Wentz, along with his offense, heading back out there for their next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now, his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass, no interceptions for him personally to this point.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
So 2nd and 10 here. One receiver left, 2 to the right. Wentz will try again on 2nd down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Darren Sproles, and it's 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion.
And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on 3rd down.
5 defensive backs. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
Holding offense.
Here's Donnie Jones now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Good open field tackling there, a 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the Eagles defense. They work their way back onto the field. They have to recover a little bit. Last time they couldn't stop the run. They really couldn't stop the pass either.
And it wasn't just physically. It's mentally because the offense appears to be a step ahead of them. No matter what they call, it's working. So they've got to get something figured out. And usually you need a big play to get things turned around.
They gave up the touchdown on that balance attack last drive. Now this drive.
Tight ends left. Tight ends left. Hey, we got 4. Come on now. Check.
They'll start the drive with a run by Stewart. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Got 3 down.
A final shot before the break. Newton. And his throw is going to be incomplete. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we send you down to Orlando where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Both teams have played a clean first half and that there are no turnovers to this point. That being the case, it's no surprise that we have a very close game at halftime. All right, let's do it. Here's a look at the first half highlights. Panthers with the ball early in the second. Over the middle, Cam Newton will complete the pass, and it ends up working for a touchdown. Panthers strike first in this one. Down to early in the second. Wentz's completion is made out of the gun, and he won't be brought down until he makes it to the 43-yard line. Eagles have it later on the drive. The deep ball is on target here, and this play will go for 6. We're tied back up at 7. Down to late in the first half. Newton's going to complete the pass from the gun, and he capped off the long drive with the TD. That'll do it from here in Orlando. Let's get you up to North Carolina for the second half with Brandon and Charles. Gents.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. On the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They start the third quarter on the ground with Stewart. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Stewart is the lone setback. Now it's Newton. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Smiles, everyone, smiles, because when Cam Newton and Greg Olsen hook up like they've been doing throughout this game, that's one big reason why they're winning.
What makes Greg Olsen so tough to cover?
I think he really is a wide receiver in a tight end's body. He runs his routes with such great precision and some physical toughness, and he really fights and competes for the ball.
And then, of course, it helps to have Cam Newton throwing it to you. Now a 10th carry for Jonathan Stewart. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle. Second down following the run. They keep it on the ground again to Stewart. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. Seven yards remaining here on third down. Throwing on third down, Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They convert on third with a gain of 22. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
The intended target that time was Jonathan Stewart. That'll bring up second down. On second down, they run with Stewart. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down. Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
4th down, and here's Graham Gano now in the field goal unit for the Panthers. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this is no good. Close, but no cigar, just wide right. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
They'll try to get the running game going with Ryan Matthews. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Again, we'll see the pistol here.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And some space here. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the 2 defensive tackles in a 4-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
10th carry now for Ryan Matthews. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
3rd and 2, and they ran the ball for only 1 yard, and everybody's going to scream at the offense. Well, let's give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. Defensive front out leveraged the offensive line. They got more people to the football. Yeah, they won that battle in a big way, and they're forcing a big decision now by the guys on offense.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Wentz going to go on 4th down. And he hits his man, Matthews. That one good for 12 yards. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd.
Yeah.
After that one.
Here in the 3rd quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
Fresh set of downs here. Another pistol look here. Here's Sproles. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football. Second down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
Wins to throw on 2nd down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Now Ryan Matthews on 3rd down. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up. Not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Let's go. Green, 39.
Now Wentz, gotta have this one. And he connects with Ertz.
Holding offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up 1st downs.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He'll have the win at his back here in the 4th quarter. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 3 down, 3 down. Set. 180. 58 to the body.
This is Stewart again. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run.
I got one.
From the gun, here's Newton. And this is going to be incomplete. Fozzie Whitaker was the intended target, and it brings up 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he'll keep this one away from Sproles as this is angled toward the sideline. And Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Let's go. 319. 319.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got time in the pocket. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Thomas Davis coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down for a loss of 5. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
We got three, fellas. We got three. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, and the ball's out. Matthews loses it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Following the fumble recovery, Newton. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and now it's second down.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on first down.
That gave them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on first down.
It's brought in right side by Ginn. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2.
So it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
They'll run the option left. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
Getting late here in the 4th, and if this team has any chance to win this football game, their defense obviously needs a stop here. They stay on the ground. This time it's Stewart. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they look for that final touchdown to salt this one away. Now the Panthers get set, 3rd and goal.
And the defense has to account for Cam Newton on this play.
Now Newton on 3rd and goal. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Gano's kick is right through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a big one there as that gives them a little cushion.
And you know, here in the 4th quarter, the fact that they were able to bleed some time off the clock and put points on the board, even if it's only 3, that could turn out to be the drive that ultimately wins them the game.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
We get a look at the Panthers defense now. They're looking for one final stop here, put this game on ice. What's the message from the defensive coordinator here?
Don't overthink it. You know what you have to do. Let's get this game over with and get to the locker room.
Yeah, that's the key, right? Just get it over quickly. They don't want to deal with any extra time.
You don't want any extra time. You don't want to do something out of the ordinary that gives them an opportunity and hope. Go out there and play the way you know how.
Wentz to throw. And Matthews has it right side. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And they're going to speed things up here. Back to throw. Wentz. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. To throw is Wentz. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll lead here to a third down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Completed pass on second down. Now it's third down as the defense looks for the stop. Now Wentz. Finding time. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
Well, you're trailing. It's the fourth quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or two, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Cam Newton getting ready to go again on offense. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
The busy night continuing for Stewart. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Newton turns and hands to Stewart. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation. And the Eagles with a dime look. 6 DBs on third down. And this one going to wrap up with Cam Newton going down to a knee. Here's the Panthers punter now as he's on to kick it away. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte.